and Supply. Been a presenting sponsor of our next event coming up at the Men's Major, September 9th to 12th, which we have 24 really good teams registered here at the Leduc Curling Club. Please visit the ACS website, Alberta Curling Series website, for any information, along with ticket sales will be on sale at the Leduc Curling Club for that event. 24 teams, going to be a great event here on the 9th to the 12th. So that's Global Machine. We also have TaylorMade Wellness, is a chiropractic massage clinic that provided some services for our athletes this weekend, chiropractic and massage. The players really loved that between the draws here on Saturday and got some kinks worked out because it's early in the season and we're trying to get back into curling shape.
All right. Welcome to the semifinal at the ACS event number 1 here at the Leduc Curling Club. My name is Scott Hebert. To my right here is Matt Yo, ice maker extraordinaire and competitive curler himself.
Yeah, it's been a fun few days having the athletes out on the ice for the first time this summer. And curling in August seems a little bit crazy, but it's been fun. We've had 33-degree weather on Friday. We had to push one draw back just an hour because of our plant. Keep trying to keep up. The players were super accommodating with that. And then yesterday we had 18-degree weather, pouring rain. So been some challenging conditions, but made the best of it. Lots of compliments and stuff for our ice crew with Kyle Winters along with Justin Runson, and they've been doing a great job out here today. Looks like we have about 5 feet of curl and about 15 and a half seconds to start, and comes down to about 15 to 14.8 by the end of the game. So it should be a great surface for everyone playing out there today.
Well, that's perfect. So in our semifinal that we're broadcasting, we have Team Scott Webb against Team Aaron Sluchinski. So Scott's team consists of third Tristan Stanky, second Jordan Stanky, and lead Andrew Dunbar.
Aaron Sluchinski's team, skipped by Aaron Sluchinski, Jeremy Hardy, Kerr Drummond, and Dylan Webster. Lots of new teams out there this year. This is also 2 new teams for the year and playing really well. Both ended up the round robin at a 3-1 record, and via beating the people in their pool. Team Webb there won the pool, and Team Sluchinski finished third as the qualifier. Or ranked third as a qualifier in the event. So they're seed number 2 and seed number 3 playing against each other this afternoon.
Team Webb had the hammer. They're playing the Redstones, and Team Sluchinski is playing the Yellowstones.
Huge shout out to some of our supporters here for the Alberta Curling Series. Global Machine and Supply have come on board with us this year, as well as being the presenting sponsor of our men's major event, which will be September 9th to 12th, 24 teams, top-level teams playing for a purse of over $25,000. Huge shout out to that company that's really helped and supported our athletes throughout the beginning of the season, as well as we have TaylorMade Wellness that came out this weekend to give our athletes some chiropractic massage on Saturday, I believe it was. We had a lineup of athletes trying to get in there. First event of the season, working out some muscles and get back into curling shape. So thank you very much for TaylorMade Wellness as well.
It was a nice double by Tristan Stanky to get Team Webb out of trouble a little bit there.
Calling for a just through weight here. Looks like taking the ice right on the center line. Tap out that rock that's back 12. Should see a lot of finish here from Mr. Stanky.
trying to carve it over. And he does catch a piece.
Looked like the weight call was just through the house. Seemed like that was more of a hack to a hack up weight that saw them just roll out of the house there. So it gives Team Sluchinski a chance to get behind the guard here and put some pressure. Without the hammer here, he's going to try to make sure that this rock is above the tee line to give not to give Webb an out, dripping or going behind the tee line to be able to freeze to it.
Haven't laid a brush to it yet. And looks like it's going to slide just past the tee.
So I think he's got a couple options here. It looks like it's probably maybe about an eighth open. He could tap that back with the finish there, or he's elected to put some pressure on himself as that slipped behind the tee line. And it looks like he's going to try to freeze up to it and see if he can get his deuce, the skipper's deuce, put in play here.
Yeah, that rock finished nicely. There's not a lot showing. Well, if they're trying to carve it over, they're going to catch a piece. They do, just a corner. They're going to get it out. That's the other question. Looks like it's just out.
Gives Aaron the same shot twice here. I'm assuming that he'll be about 3 feet higher on this one and put the pressure on Team Webb to force him to the single possible. We'll put the rock watch on it here and see what we have for a time in the first end here. $15.9, so she's sliding really good first end here. That could be the ice maker's thumb being a little bit slow on the trigger as well.
Yeah, there is always that.
Yeah.
Right to the tee line. Good shot.
That's a great shot.
Good shot by Aaron.
So Scott's trying to channel that draw to the button. We can practice that they practice all the time here. First end should be very similar to practice. Get a chunk of the red, big chunk of the forefoot for his single point.
It's just the two. Yeah.
Sweepers are watching this. Not a whole bunch of cleaning your rooms down at the moment.
It's looking a little hot. It's going to hang on.
Just going to slide to the back 12-foot with a steal of one for Team Sluchinski here in end one. Sometimes that's what happens in the first end is come from experience. You know, you got to.
All right, getting ready for the second end.
Give us another opportunity for another shout out to a couple great sponsors we have here. Ice Advice, Sensors, and Ice. Ice temperature. What they have is ice sensors in the ice that we use quite regularly in all of our clubs that provide feedback of up to 0.1 of a degree, so we can try to keep our ice as level as possible for all of our curlers to enjoy a good surface. Their sensors go right on your phone and give the ice maker a lot of data throughout the year to ensure the best curling conditions. As well as Hack the House, which is a new retailer store for curling equipment here in Edmonton. The motto is from the hack to your house. Order online or in store, along with a great package for our curling clubs to take advantage of a new revenue stream as well. So hackthehouse.com, please visit them.
And a nice center guard from Dylan Webster with his first.
Couple comments here on the live stream. We have Ashley's asked if any of the more of the sheets are going to be live stream. I believe that a great partner with us, Jerry Gertz at Curling Stadium, is getting up the live stream. So if they're not up now, just be patient. They will be up. Got some great games out there today. We have the Hilker team versus Team Gim, semifinal for the ladies.
All right. And then in the second ladies semifinal, we have Team Selena Selena Sturme against Ladisseur out of Ontario.
And on the fourth semifinal of the day, the other men's semifinal, we have the other Sturme group versus Team Leduc, who have been playing very good this weekend. They are missing their skip, Jacob, and not missing a beat at the moment. So we've had a great weekend through the tiebreaker this morning in 6 ends over Team Platinum. And they started off the first end here, I believe, with a blank. We did get also another comment here on the live stream that our mics might be a little echoey. We're working on the problem and hope to have that fixed away right away. So it looks like we're going to get into a few more rocks in play here in the second end. We have 3 guards up at the moment. And Aaron Sluchinski asking his second Kerr Drummond to come around the pile of guards up in front. About 4.5 feet of ice taken here for the draw. It should snap in there once it hits about halfway into the house.
That finished nicely, sitting top 4.
Scott here with the hammer doesn't like what he's looking at, so he's going to ask the boys here to peel off some guards out here in front.
Job well done.
You know, some people would look at that shot going, you know, the shooter didn't roll very far there, but one of the major things that you can look at here is a skip playing at this level is now those 2 rocks above the house are your colors. So it gives you the opportunity to run into your color and stick it into the house.
Would Aaron ever consider peeling those guards or just stay on the offensive at this point?
Yeah, at the moment, you know, he's set up pretty good. Top 4, 2 red guards up there. If he can make this curl in top 8, top 12, half covered, he's going to be set up pretty good to steal in this end unless Team Webb can move some ground. What a great shot there.
Yeah, very nice. Talking about the run back or the straight peel. Looks like he's going run back.
Looks like he's doing run back, yeah.
And plan B. Move it off the center line.
You know, through the first 4 rocks, I don't think Aaron could ask for anything better at the moment. Line 2, top 4, top 8. You know, kind of tighter red guard with center guard going up here. Another shout out here to the LRC Leduc Rec Center. They have an amazing facility here that we get to use and are privileged to have such great staff here at the LRC to help us out with everything that we need. As Tim's X Manufacturing, we run the facility in the ice here. So Leduc Rec Center has been a great partner in the last couple of years.
Well, that's a nice guard from Jeremy. Just touching the center line.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes with ice that's 15 and a half seconds and curling 5 feet, guard is sometimes the hardest shot to make.
Yes, it is.
Right now with the COVID weight, I think any shot that I could make right is the toughest shot I can make.
Just getting out of the hat.
Exactly, yeah, 100%. Oh, we've changed a little bit of thought process here, and Tristan's going to try to run the red rock back here onto the yellows. It's not a great angle for them. As you can see, the red rock coming onto the yellow ones. That top yellow one's not going to go too far, just with the angles there. But if they can stick it, they have another opportunity to make a shot to live future shots from the angle.
Andrew working hard, trying to keep it straight. And just rolls to the center. That Team Webb's in a tough position right now.
I've just been in that scenario so many times where, you know what, your miss is wide, just so you can peel it off and there'll be only one guard sitting out there. And, you know, it's second in, semifinal. first event, you're really trying to make that shot, and you come up a little narrow, and probably the worst outcome they could think of there of rolling into another center guard. So, but if I know Tristan, he can throw it 100 miles an hour, and I'm sure the next one will be going 100 miles an hour, and trying to clear as much ground up as possible.
Aaron calling for another guard. Nice shot, just biting 12. What else does Scott have here other than just trying to move some yellow ground in the house?
Not a whole lot. You can either try to run that top yellow one into the red, into the yellow, or you can try this one here and try to remove 2 yellows. I think that middle yellow, the one top 8 foot, is not going to go anywhere. But
here comes the heater.
Here comes 100 mile an hour like we talked about. It's a real big shot.
Very nice.
Absolutely. Great shot about that is that one did squirt out to the side 8 foot. So all depends where Aaron puts this one. But now Scott's going to have an opportunity to either draw around the center guards if Aaron elects to guard that one or come in on that side, or he can have the hit and roll off of that yellow one on the side 8 foot for if they're going to plan on putting the rock right there on the button. So that's a great shot by Tristan, and really gets the team Webb out of some troubles. But they're still going to need 2 high quality shots here to get on the board.
So Aaron's coming around the center line guard here, I assume?
I think the call was center line guard, and I think he wants to be right on the button to make that double as hard as possible. If he puts this top button or even top 4 foot, that double is a lot easier to make.
You're surprised he's taking the out turn here. Everything, I guess that's the way it's become on the whole end, hasn't it?
Yeah, as well as this is kind of the miss side. So if he's a little bit light, it kind of guards that yellow one in the top 8 foot. So this is kind of a few good options on this side of the sheet rather than coming in the in turn. If you come on the in turn, it's kind of all in.
Just biting the 4. Open, double there?
Double's definitely there, and that's another key reason why they took the out turn there. So this double is there, but that red rock, if they hit the rock that's top 8 foot on the center line and then hit the rock on the side 8 foot, there's a potential of their red rock actually just spinning under the legs. Then gives them the opportunity to draw behind the center guard here. Ideally, what Scott wants to do here, I believe, is hit that rock on the left-hand side first, then into the rock in the center line and push that outside the house where Jordan is cleaning out the frost possibly.
Yeah, the humidity's been high the last number of weeks in the Leduc area. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Not what we're used to in Alberta.
No. No, the farmers are out in the fields swathing away, and sounds like harvest, is about a month ahead of schedule. So it'd be great to see everything come out of the fields here.
And just the one. So Aaron's line 1.
Again, not a horrible result. It's very tough for Aaron to get in there to lie too with the intern without lining something up for Scott to get one. But it looks like he's going to play the hit and roll with his shot. Another opportunity, another shot call could be the guard, and then give Scott the intern draw for 1. But this will put the pressure on him if the shot is made that now that draws against 2 instead of 1.
Did I have you anything to say? Anything? Chocolate? Do you want what do you want?
Trying to carve it over. Nope, not straight. Must be close. Oh, lovely shot by. Yeah, lovely shot by Aaron.
When you have both sweepers jumping up and down, it's close.
You know it's close. All right. Scott having to go to the wide intern draw to try to get his single.
Tricky thing about this shot, obviously, if you've been watching the majority of the end here, it's all been played with that out turn. So that in-turn side has been sitting there all in. So the sweepers just have to be aware of that keeping a broom down. It's the second end, not the ninth, but they just have to be a little bit aware that not a lot of shots have been played on this side of the ice yet.
Yeah, the pebble will be very fresh out there, won't it?
Yeah.
Now, during practice, they probably would have been out in this area somewhere, but
yeah, absolutely. No, I would expect them to be very close on this. Kind of picked out, right out of his hand here. So.
Yeah, no, Jordan Stanky and Andrew Dunbar working it hard. Comes up a little light. Steal a 2 for Sluchinski. Just updating some of the games across the sheets. Skerme is leading Odyssey 2-0. And the blank end in the Carson Skerme Leduc game.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
And we're back. So third end, I think we're going to see a lot of granite in play here to see if Scott Webb's team can get some rocks and some points on the board here.
And a nice lead rock from Dylan Webster. Top button. Couldn't ask for a better place.
Back-to-back great shots here. Top button, corner guard for Mr. Dunbar. Big shout out I see in the live chat here. We have Braden Shoplin, who was instrumental in helping us out last year getting the Alberta Curling Series off the ground, and our live stream last year where we ran off some GoPros and other things to try to bring some content out there for the viewing public out there that wants to see the athletes at play here. So huge shout out to Braden Shoplin, and thank you very much for all your help and support throughout the year here and helping us out this year as well. Team Sluchinski firing all cylinders this morning so far.
Yeah, they're playing well.
Another big shout out to another huge shout out to one of our presenting sponsors, Co-op Leduc. Been a huge sponsor and supporter here at the Leduc Curling Club for many seasons, and come on board with the Alberta Curling Series here. Provide the presenting sponsor for the Ladies Major, which is September 16th to 19th. And we do have a few spots still remaining for that major. Looks like we'll be 16 teams and fighting for right around that $18,000 to $20,000 purse.
That's going to be an amazing event, and certainly the men's event in 2 weeks is going to be outstanding. The quality of teams that are coming, and from all over the world. 4 from Switzerland, 2 from the United States, another one from Japan. Also including all the best teams in Canada, and I guess especially at the beginning of the Olympic cycle, Matt, a lot of these teams are looking for points, aren't they?
Yeah, actually, you know what? That's what we found even at this event. A lot of teams looking for points to get their new teams out there and playing. And you know, this cycle is going to be really interesting. A lot of new teams, a lot of new faces. It's going to be interesting to see the team dynamics and curling as a whole. We've got some younger players coming up. You know, we still got the old guard with Kevin Cooley. He might slap my hand for calling him old, but he is. And you know, we got Ben Hebert and Mark Kennedy, those guys going for another 4-year run. And then, you know, we have some younger teams. You know, we have Sturmey, who's going to be competing next weekend as well. And you know, a lot of young and upcoming teams. It's going to be really interesting to see the next 4 years.
Even a team like Kyler Clyburn, who lost in the tiebreaker this morning. Just a good up-and-coming team.
The shot making that we've seen this weekend, it's the first time a lot of these guys have been on the ice. It's been phenomenal, and if that's what we're going to see over the next 4-year cycle, it's going to be outstanding.
Absolutely.
These old guys have a lot of work to do to keep up on the top tour rankings.
Yes, they do. All right, Aaron's sitting 1. Is he looking to clean things up?
I don't know. You know what? He's set up pretty good. It all depends what he wants to accomplish here. That peel's pretty tough on the corner guard. As you can see, the red rock that's just off the boards there. He could jam it in there and actually roll another one in where they could throw a corner guard and have 2 buried behind the corner guard. He peels it the other way. He has a chance to jam it on his top 4-foot line. So this is going to be a pretty precise shot. That's a great shot. A lot of tough things could happen on that shot, and Kerr threw it really well. Gives Team Webb a chance to freeze one on that top 4-foot rock. You know, a really good executed shot here, and you know, the end could be set up where they could get a deuce here. Looks like it's going for Plan B, maybe?
Plan B, come around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, finishing hard.
Now plan B needs to stop. There it is.
And it does. So Scott's lying second and third here, so probably some cleanup for Aaron to do.
Yeah, looks like the shot to make here is one side 8-foot hit and roll a little bit into the center and put some pressure on with line 2. Now we're into the third first rock, so Scott has to look at removing one of these rocks and rolling behind that center.
He's allowed to look up the phone.
That shot by Tristan just rolled a little too far to hide behind that center guard, but in good shape. Aaron's calling for the double.
Calling for the double here, yeah. If he does jam it, it's going to give the opportunity to Scott to probably make a double here back and lie to. So a lot of things can happen, good or bad, here in the next couple shots. Big shout out to the staff here at Sticks and Stones Pub and Concession at the LRC. They've come up with a little sponsorship for the teams here to get 10% off while you're in the lounge. And most players took advantage of that this weekend. Good food and drink up there.
Over curled a little bit. I guess the good news with that shot, Matt, is that it rolled behind their center guard. So the yard line shot, but with two red fighters at the back, it's starting to add up.
Yeah, there's going to be a chance here for Team Webb to lie 3. Pretty spread out. So be interested if they hit and roll this out to the wide 8-foot or 12-foot like the call is, what Aaron's decision is here. I would assume that he would probably try to make the double on the back 12-foot, and then Scott will draw behind the guard and try to set up his deuce. Aaron would hit his open one and give him 2, being up 3 at the moment.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to give up the big end.
Doesn't want to give up the big end. He gives up 2 here, and then he has the hammer on the even ends as well.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Calling it a bit heavy at this point. And trying to carve it over.
Looks like he's got it. Just is that shooter going to stick around?
And it won't.
Got a bit of the heavies out there this morning. Just that pound heavy where they're trying to make it curl rather than throwing the correct weight for the shot call. And
A little more adrenaline in the playoffs.
a little more adrenaline in the playoffs. Again, new team, so trying to make sure that you're fitting in and making your shots, trying that extra ounce too hard. And it doesn't matter if it's curling and golf, any other sport. If you try a little bit too hard and just sometimes it overtakes your natural ability to make the shot.
And Aaron coming up hard. Nice double.
Nice double.
Clears it up. I guess the only good thing for the Webb team at this point is there is a guard to come around. Just an update from Sheet 3. After blanking the first end, Team Gim is scored 2 points in the second end, so beat Team Hilker 2-0.
I guess me being a little bit nitpicky, I guess it would have been probably a little bit nicer for Aaron to stick around in that back 12-foot area wide open. Then to get shot rock, Scott would have to come in full 8-foot to touch the 4-foot for shot rock. Then that would give Aaron the chance to freeze to him to shrink the scoring area as much as possible. But again, that's being a little bit nitpicky up 3. Your major objective is to get those rocks out.
Sweepers haven't touched it at this point. Just sliding through. This gives Aaron an opportunity, put a little more pressure on Scott.
So if you just take a look at the last 2 shot calls there, there's a big difference in ice calls. So Scott, was almost in the middle of the 12-foot area there. And Aaron now is an inch or 2 inside the 8-foot line. Now the reason for that is, he's asking for a little bit more ice, but he's still a little bit less than Scott. So the reason for that is just how they release the rock. Aaron is a little bit more positive to the broom, curled with him quite a bit, and been beaten by him quite a bit. So I know what his outturn looks like. And then Scott is more of a just a hit a broom, not positive type of release. So that's why he's asking for when he takes a little bit more ice.
Yeah. We're 5 kilometers west.
And
Sweepers. Oh, lovely shot. Oh, no.
a little bit behind the tee line.
Yeah, slid a little deep.
And Scott is electing to hit what he can see and blank the end, to keep the hammer in the even ends, and try for his deuce next end.
So Scott Webb was his last shot of the end. And keep her straight. And racks. So a steal of 1 for Team Sluchinski here in end number 3.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Yeah.
And we're back in the fourth end here, so this is kind of the end of all or nothing here for Webb. He probably needs to score here, even if it's one. And he'll have the hammers in the even end, and he can try to get back in this game.
Even change momentum. Sometimes just not having the hammer can allow you to put a little more pressure on the other team.
Right, yeah. So Andrew Dunbar's throwing lead here for Team Webb. Andrew won the U18 provincials in 2009 and 2010, along with Jordan. And they also won the Canadian College Championship in 2014. Won a couple Alberta juniors with Carson Sturmey in 2015 and 16, and as well as the Canadian University in 2018. So pretty decorated career here in the late 2000s. And trying his game here in the men's round.
Dylan Webster, the lead for Team Sluchinski. Second shot of the end here. He's a Boston Pizza Cup semifinalist, a Canadian junior participant, and has 6 World Curling Tour titles to his name. For Team Sluchinski, would you think about putting the guard up, or is it time to bring everything into the house, all the play into the house?
Just looking at his first shot that's just tight to the house here, being up 4 in the fourth end. Myself being a lower end curler than Aaron and these guys, but I probably would have even looked at possibly peeling that rock off. You're up 4. That rock's not situated great for you, being just above the house, as well as just off the center line. But in saying that, we just drew one right around it, top T line. So what the announcers know up here in the booth? What I've learned in the last few years listening to announcers up in the booth, they don't know much.
They truly don't. There's a reason. There's a reason we're here.
Yeah. I tell people for all the time that I just freeze water for a living, so that's my qualifications.
And I have none.
Other than putting all the live stream together and figuring out all the networks and everything here at the LRC, Scott's been instrumental of getting our live stream and working with Jerry here at Curling Zone, YouTube channel, and everything else. And it's been a huge help.
It's been a lot of fun. So Garrett Drummond, second for Team Sluchinski. He is a former Scottish champion. As well, he'll be a Canadian citizen in a week. He's a World Junior silver and bronze medalist and a Youth Olympic bronze medalist, curling out of the Red Deer Curling Club. Aaron's asking him to come top 8. Perfect shot.
As it's sitting right now, Team Sluchinski looks like they're firing on all cylinders.
You're playing well.
So Jordan Stanky sitting in the hack here for Team Webb. Same as Andrew, won the U18 provincials in 2009 and 2010. And also won the Canadian College Championship in 2014. A couple of Alberta juniors with Carson Sturmey in 2015 and 16, as well as the Canadian University Championship in 2018. So they've curled together for quite some time and at some high levels, and trying to hope that transfers over to the men's game. And it has so far, with winning their pool with a 3-1 record, and really playing well throughout the week. Just a couple of miscues here early in the first 3 ends of this game. But a good shot there, tapping it back.
An update from the other men's semi after blanking the first 2 ends. Team Sturmey has scored a deuce in the 3rd end to take a 2-0 lead. Aaron asking her to remove that red rock. Did they play a lot of weight at this match?
No, you know what? It's very difficult on ice like this. That's 15 and a half seconds for a draw to play a lot of weight. So to control, if there's big sweepers out there, you want to throw, a good control weight, heavy board, and you get results like that.
Lovely roll.
With ice that is very speedy, use your sweepers. When you see a lot of the younger teams out here, I've seen it throughout the years of making ice, and they seem to throw that normal weight a lot at these rocks, and they don't have a lot of ability to carve it with their sweepers. And when you look at teams like the Sluchinskis and the Webbs that have been around for quite some time on all different surfaces, but definitely ones that are quick, they really know what weight to throw. That's a great shot there.
Yeah, cleaning up.
Cleaning Reds up in front. So.
Yeah.
Now Aaron's got a decision to make. And knowing him, he wants to go right there. Put the pressure on. And the way his team's playing right now, I don't think he is too concerned with any shot that he calls.
No, they are debating, though.
This might be a team call, new team, right? What do the guys think? What do you guys think? And this is what to work out over the next few months here before playdowns and getting into the provincials and whatnot of how this team wants to perform and what shots under what circumstances they want to use.
With a 4-point lead, it's a safe call.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
That's a good point, especially early in the season. That given the opportunity, you may try some different strategy calls.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with a new team, everyone has their own version of what kind of shots they would like to play in what different circumstances. That's what they'll work out over the next few months, and really try to start gelling as a team. At the end of the day, that the skipper that's holding the broom is going to be throwing the last rock. So, in 2-3 months, you'll probably see Aaron put the broom down, and their team will throw what he wants. But over the next few months here, really start to learn with each other and take a team approach to it.
So Tristan drawn down to that pile of yellows. Boys working hard. Coming up just a little short. So Jeremy Hardy, the third for the Aaron Sluchinski team. Boston Pizza Cup semifinalist. A 6-time World Curling with 6 World Curling Tour titles. Curling out of the Calgary Curling Club. And looks like the boys want to have a chat.
Yeah, there's a couple, obviously there's a couple shots here. It's the third's last rock. So if you want to put all types of pressure on them here, you can throw guard if you want. Up 4, it's a call. It's a super aggressive call, but they're set up really good here. Or you run the red double and you clean it up and you hope not to jam it. Or you peel the one off that's the top, just above the house there.
And Jeremy removes one of the red guards up top.
Now this is decision time for Scott. Again, it's your third's last rock, so you're probably going to want to tap that up and maybe leave a little pocket on the yellows, or you're all right back there. And use everything as a guard, but then it gives Aaron a guard, and it's pretty tough to remove everything. This is where sometimes as a skip you kind of get in trouble. You kind of overthink things, and you are down 4, but with the 5 rock rule,
It's not insurmountable.
no, it's not. You're just you're a 3 ball away from putting the pressure on, and you got 4 innings to do it. So don't want to dive in too deep too quick.
Attempting to tap that red rock in the 8 foot up a few feet. It's coming up late. What did that rock pick, Matt?
You know what? It might have picked a little bit of debris. It might have been a little soft of a handle. Looks like they're cleaning a little bit, so they're going to think that it might have picked up a piece of debris.
Seemed like an odd miss.
Yeah. Real unfortunate thing about that is they couldn't get it to the house. So if they would have got that in the house, then it gives Aaron a couple things to think about. But
Aaron's happy to give up the blank at this point.
yeah, absolutely.
So Aaron Sluchinski, an Alberta junior champion, 2-time Alberta mixed doubles champion, curling out of the Leduc Curling Club. Aaron filled in for Ted Appleman's team at last year's Boston Pizza Cup provincial final. Curled very well.
Yeah, actually just got a text message here from Mr. Appleman himself, one of our business partners here with the Alberta Curling Series. Ooh, that's uncharacteristic.
They were talking him up.
Yeah,
Isn't that always the
there it
case?
is, yeah. And of course, in true Aaron fashion, laughs it off. Not a lot gets him too rattled.
Quick update from the Gim Hilker semifinal on the women's side. Big steal of 3 in the third end to take a 5-0 lead in that game. In the other women's semi, between Sturmey and Ladisor, we're tied at 2 in the fourth end. And in the other men's semi, Sturmey and Lidis, Carson Sturmey's team is up 2-0, playing the fourth end. What's the call here, Matt? Is he looking blank?
No, I think with the miss there, he's going to try to run this back, make the double. He doesn't really have to make the double as long as he can have both red rocks the red rock that he's hitting and the red rock he's throwing is both in the house when he's done here. It's going to give him a chance to get on the board, right? So he's going to have a tough shot for 2 or a shot for 1. But the end's turned around quite a bit for him. It still gives him a chance for that deuce. So Scott is from the Peace River area. He's traveled a ton of miles throughout the years and curled in these events. Great guy. Helps up there in the Peace country. Helps manage the Peace River Curling Club as well as he does ice. That's a great shot.
And importantly, the shooter stays in the rings. This
absolutely, and you know what? Aaron being up for it, he's gonna hit third shot, and he's gonna have to roll a good 2 or 3 feet to make sure that he's lying too. And the best thing for Scott here is that Aaron's shooter rock is going to be rolling towards his stationary rock, so it should give Scott has a chance at a double for 2 here. So this end's turned around quite a bit. A couple misses, uncharacteristic flash from Aaron. And now there's a strong possibility there's going to be a shot for Scott here to get a deuce.
You can make it big because that's probably.
And it rolls and leaves the double for Scott coming back. So an opportunity here to get back in the game with a deuce and 4.
You gotta feel pretty good for yourself here, sliding back to the hack, knowing that you have an opportunity here for, probably a nose hit with quite a bit of weight, or 3/4 of a rock on the inside, center line side, to get 2. And starting this end with the few misses that we've had, this is going to be a really good turning point for Scott.
Yeah, with the trouble he was in earlier in the end, he'd be happy if we told him that he'd have a shot for 2.
Absolutely. So out of his hand, looks like it's just a clean. Trying to make it curl a little bit.
Oh, just jammed.
Just jammed.
But it is looks like it is 1 red. So Scott did end up getting his points. So 4-1 lead for Team Sluchinski heading into the 5th. We're back for the 5th end. Andrew Dunbar being asked to put up the center guard.
Scotty, we got some advertisements popping up here on the screen now. So shout out to Jerry there at Curling Zone, Curling Stadium to help us out and advertise some of our great sponsors for these events. And also the Leduc Curling Club, who has a great venue here, 8 sheets within the Leduc Rec Center. Just a few miles away from the airport. So, our team's coming in for the major. It's a great venue to have. So great center guard thrown up by Andrew there, nice and tight. I imagine the next one will be trying to be just over the hog line. Put as much pressure as possible here in the 5th end.
So what's the strategy for Aaron at this point? Is he just going to try to get that first one in the top button basically, and then attempt to peel from there?
Yeah, there's a lot of different strategies now with that 5 rock rule and the ice conditions. So, some people would have tried to take a shot there to take it into the rings and take it out, being up 3. Roll your shot rock into the house. Or no, Aaron just decides to throw it in top 4 foot. Of course, their team playing like they are right now just lobs it in there, top button, and it's perfect.
Yeah, it's automatic.
That's why you're going to start to see a lot of teams throw that first guard where Scott is currently. So then the teams have a tougher time to split that rock in the house. If you throw a tight center guard with your first rock, it gives the team the ability to put that rock in the house, and then they can move it on their next shot, as well as get their shooter to roll out to the wings and even maybe in the top 12 foot for that shot. And lob another one top 4 foot.
Great shots by Dylan Webster.
Absolutely. The advantage that Scott Webb's team here has is that those rocks are kind of staggered. And with the intern here, you could get to that one that's top button and just pump it back about a foot.
Jordan Steike with the the second shots of the end.
Sweepers are working on it hard. Looks like it's coming in really well.
Yeah, that's a nice shot by Jordan. Great shot.
Every once in a while, you can always tell with the broom if it's a good shot or not. Good shot, you'll see the curlers kind of twirl the broom, throw it in their arms, and slide back. Bad shot, you'll see a smack of the ice, and the broom hanging low and coming back to the other end.
That's the golfer in the net.
Yeah.
Aaron attempting double peel here.
Yeah. 100 miles an hour, and
Lovely shot.
Kerr's a pretty good curler, and not sure if a lot of curlers in Alberta want him to get that citizenship. But great guy, and going to be welcome in the curling community, especially down there in Red Deer, and he'll be helping out a lot of people in Alberta and in the curling community for sure.
That's awesome. No, it's just good young curlers coming up. I think curling in this province is in good hands.
Just got some information on Kerr Drummond. He is actually on the board at the Red Deer Curling Club, so giving lots back to the curling community. So fantastic to hear that. Fantastic to get some people in the community into the board settings and really helping the next generation of curlers and next generation of our curling community take those next steps forward to grow the sport.
And a nice peel of the center line guard.
Those look really easy. I can tell you this right now, they're not.
I know from experience.
Yeah.
No, these guys do make it look easy.
So what we're going to see here is an abundance of center rock guards, or center line guards, put up here by the Webb team. An abundance of peels made by the Sluchinski team. And then probably with Scott's first rock will be a play in the house. And see where we can punch those rocks into the back 4 foot or back T line, and then you can make a good freeze to try to set up a steal there.
Yeah, the good news for Scott is that the great freeze by Jordan Stanky, just sitting top 4, frozen to that one in the button. It's going to be a very useful rock for him.
So that's funny. I don't know if anyone recognized or noticed that, but Kerr was sliding out with Jeremy throwing the rock. And being a new team again, Jeremy likes to add a little bit of weight to his peel shots at the end. And Kurt wasn't ready for that, so the rock passed him while he was trying to slide and keep up to it. So he just peeled off and said, okay, I'm going to have to realize that for the next time you throw.
And had a little bit of a chuckle about it.
And they're chuckling a little bit there at the hog line.
Jeremy skipped his own team last year, did he not?
Yeah, absolutely. So Jeremy, Kyler Clybrink, I can't remember the other two gentlemen that played in their team, but they've been very successful over the last few years here in Alberta. And again, with that 4-year cycle changed up, there's been a few changes, and Kurt coming into and getting a citizenship here as well. So there's going to be some really good teams here at the Alberta Provincials coming up in February at the River Cree Resort here in Edmonton. The Aberdeen Curling Club now hosting those provincials, actually, and partnering up with the Alberta Curling Series to help manage those provincials and make sure they go off without a hitch at the River Cree Resort Casino here in Edmonton.
I understand too, there's going to be a bit of a different approach with the provincials, how the on-ice product is going to be presented.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the great benefits that the Alberta Curling Series has, with Ted Oppelman being one of the shareholders, is that we get the players' perspective as well. As so designing a little different on-ice feel. So we're going to try to get a bar out there on the ice, some live bands and some DJs and stuff between the draws, some possible draw to the buttons for some extra cash for some viewers and people in the stands, and try to make a little bit of a party atmosphere out there and liven up the crowd out there. So it should be a really good experience out at the River Cree, as well as the Wetaskiwin Curling Club, and the city of Wetaskiwin is hosting the ladies provincials, and kind of the same theme. You know what? We need to liven it up. We need to get some music out there. We need to get some drink glasses clinking, and have some fun out there in these events.
Bring the roar back to the roaring game.
Absolutely.
It should be a lot of fun. There's been some great feedback from people about the plans for those two events, and there should be a lot of fun. People interested in tickets, they should be available, I believe, sometime in October. And get your tickets early, especially for the men's provincials. The seating is a little more limited, so get them as quickly as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. The River Cree is going to be an interesting venue. It is a smaller venue out there at the Cree Nation, and it's going to be an absolute delight working with them and with their CEO and their directors out there. They've been super supportive and helpful. And again, it's a pretty small venue, but Dean Darwin is the gentleman there that's going to be in charge of the box sales and advertising sales for that event. And then, keep your eyes and ears posted for the ticket sales for the Aberdeen Curling Club, as well as Wetaskiwin Curling Club for the ladies down in Wetaskiwin. Going to be a great season of curling and different ideas for the curling approach for the viewers. So we're trying to attract those younger people that want to have a few drinks, and the older people that want to have a few drinks, and get everyone together and dancing and having a good time actually on the ice surface behind the curlers as we go.
Should be a lot of fun. So, what's Scott doing here?
Yeah, you know what? That was kind of the thought, right? A lot of center guards, a lot of peels. Now, this is Scott's first rock. He's got to come into the house and make some sort of rearrangement. So I think what's happening is here he's going to try to tap that one that's top 4 foot, just back a little bit, creating a pocket, or dead freezing that one that's top 4 foot. I'm not exactly sure what the call is, but this has to be a pretty precise shot to try to create a position to get his last rock in there for the steal. This is a setup shot for sure.
So I was down there, dude. And I realized He's like, and I wish I would have.
And they're tapping the red a little bit.
Tapping the red a little bit.
So, still leaves
Sluchinski line 2.
line 2.
But this, it gives him, gives Aaron some things to think about here.
It's going to be tough to remove both of those red rocks, isn't it?
I think it's impossible to remove both of those reds. Probably the call is to hit 3/4, 7/8 of that rock on the center line side to keep those frozen. But that also gives Scott a chance to tap that top 4-foot rock back with his last rock. So, well done by Scott to get the rock in the right position, to give Aaron some thoughts here. And we'll see what happens.
Would Aaron ever just consider guarding this?
Yeah, there's a couple shots that you could do. You could guard it, come in top 12. You could also come in and freeze your own yellow one that's top 4-foot there on the left-hand side of center. As you look at the overhead view, you could freeze that one there, and then that yellow one's not going anywhere. But again, up 3 with the hammer, you probably want to remove a red rock or 2 here.
Boys trying to make it tight a bit.
So I think Scott's got a pretty easy chance here to hit and lie 2. And force Aaron to a 1 here. Or a really tough double to get his 2.
Yeah, that red one's frozen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scott with his final shot of the 5th end. Looking to lay 2.
Out of his hand, sweeping it right away. So just put a little tight, looks like.
And does overcurl a little bit.
Line 1 red, I think. It might be a little bit of a premature call, but
It looks close.
it looks like he's 1 yellow.
Yeah.
Aaron's going to draw for 2. We'll see if we can get a rock clock on this one and see what the ice is doing in the 5th end here.
The Rock Clock, sponsored by Hack to House Curling Supplies.
Visit hackthehouse.com for all of your curling needs. Sweeper's lightly dusting halfway down here. $15-3. Looks perfect. Good shot.
Yeah, nice job by Aaron. So 2 more for the Sluchinski team, and
Handshakes.
that's the game. Handshakes. So Aaron Sluchinski has defeated Scott Webb 6-1 in the first semifinal, and will be going on to the final at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
To play the winner of Sturmey and Libis, who are in the 5th end. Want to throw a quick thanks and a shout out again to our sponsors, Global Machine and Supply, Co-op Leduc, Hack to House Curling Equipment, Ice Device, Ice Sensors, Tailor-Made Wellness, Sticks and Stones Pub and Concession, and Tim's Ice Manufacturing, as well as Jerry Gertz at Curling Zone and Curling Stadium. Thank you all for watching.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.